If she loves you, she might ignore you. Sounds wrong, right? Sounds confusing, maybe even a little insulting. But here's the part nobody prepares you for. Women don't always show love by moving closer. Sometimes they show it by stepping back. And if you don't understand this, you'll mistake her silence for rejection. You'll misread her distance as disinterest. You'll walk away right when she was about to open up. Because the truth is shocking. The moment a woman realizes she's falling for you is often the moment she becomes quiet. Not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. And before we go deeper, before I tell you the twist that most men never figure out, I need you to keep this one sentence in your mind. A woman's silence is sometimes louder than her words. You're about to learn why. You're about to learn what she's really thinking when she pulls back. Why she ignores your messages. Why she acts cold out of nowhere. Why she suddenly seems distant the moment things were going perfect. But the craziest part? It's not rejection. It's emotional overload. And in the next few minutes, you'll see how ignoring you is sometimes her way of protecting your connection. Stick around, because the deeper we go, the stranger this gets. And the final reason is something 99% of men never see coming. Every woman has a moment, a private moment. You will never witness it, but you will feel its effects. It's the moment she realizes something dangerous. He matters to me. This is the emotional trigger, the internal switch, the silent alarm. And when it hits her, she doesn't celebrate it. She panics. Not because you're bad for her, but because she suddenly feels vulnerable, exposed, unprepared. Here's the reality most men never understand. Love makes a woman think, overthink, and overthink her overthinking. She starts asking herself questions like, what if he doesn't feel the same? What if I get attached and he leaves? What if I'm not enough for him? What if I look too eager? What if he thinks I'm desperate? These thoughts don't just confuse her, they freeze her. So she steps back, becomes quieter, responds slower, observes you instead of approaching you. Not because she's losing interest, but because her interest suddenly became too real. This is the part that creates the illusion. The illusion that she's pulling away. But pay attention, she's not detaching, she's regulating. She's trying to control her growing feelings so she doesn't lose control of herself. And here's the twist. The more she feels, the more she fears losing. That fear becomes distance. But that distance is actually emotional self-defense. The story gets deeper and darker in the next section. Here's the paradox. The woman who ignores you may be the woman who wants you the most. This goes against logic, against everything men assume, against everything you've been taught. But female psychology is rarely logical. It's emotional, instinctive, protective. When a woman feels something intense, she doesn't always run toward it. She sometimes hides from it. Why? Because powerful emotions are both exciting and terrifying. Think of it this way. A woman can talk to a man she doesn't care about Zero fear, zero hesitation, zero overthinking. But the moment she meets a man who matters, her mind becomes the battlefield. She becomes cautious, careful, guarded. She doesn't want to mess it up. She doesn't want to look too available. She doesn't want to expose her heart first. That's why some women act colder right when they're actually warming up to you. And here's something even stranger. Ignoring you gives her emotional control. It gives her time to think, time to analyze, time to see if your interest is real or temporary. But here's where things get dangerous. If you chase her too aggressively, she'll get overwhelmed. If you pull back too far, she'll assume you never cared. It's a psychological tightrope. One mistake, and she withdraws completely. But don't worry, the next section reveals exactly what her silence actually means. And trust me, it's not what you think. When she ignores you, she's not just not replying, she's communicating. Silence is a language, a quiet message, a hidden confession. And if you don't know how to read it, you'll misunderstand her intentions. Here's what her silence might actually mean. 1. I'm scared of losing myself. Deep emotions trigger self-protection. 2. I don't know if you like me back. She pulls away to avoid embarrassment. 3. I need to know if you're consistent. Your reaction to her distance reveals your true interest. 4. I'm waiting for your leadership. Many women pull back to see if the man steps forward calmly without acting needy. 5. I'm overwhelmed. Strong emotions can be too much to handle at once. But here's the part most men miss. Her silence tests emotional safety. Not as a game, not to manipulate you, but to observe the environment before she steps deeper into it. She wants to know, are you patient or reactive? Stable or insecure? Genuine or just seeking attention? Your response to her distance tells her everything. Ignore her back? She thinks you never cared. Chase too hard? She thinks you're insecure. Stay calm, steady, and consistent. You become irresistible. But the craziest part, we haven't even reached the darkest reason women ignore men. That comes next. Sometimes her silence has nothing to do with you. Sometimes you're paying the price for the man before you, and she will never admit this. Every woman carries emotional fingerprints from her past. Heartbreak, disappointment, abandonment, being taken for granted, being replaced suddenly. These experiences don't disappear. They embed themselves into her instincts. So when she meets a man who makes her feel again, her trauma wakes up. And instead of moving closer, she hesitates, withdraws, steps back. Not because you did something wrong, but because someone else did. This is why she may ignore you right after a beautiful moment, a deep conversation, or a genuine connection, her heart remembers, her fear returns, her guard rises, and here's the painful irony. You triggered her softness, so her past triggers her defense. She becomes cold as a way to protect herself from warmth. She becomes distant as a way to avoid attachment. But here's where your role matters. If you panic, you reinforce her fear. If you stay grounded, you rewrite her emotional pattern. And in the next section, I'll show you the difference between healthy distance and a warning sign you must not ignore. Not all silence is love. Not all distance is fear. Not all ignoring is emotional overload. Sometimes it is a red flag. Here's how to tell the difference. A woman who loves you but is scared will ignore you inconsistently. She disappears, then comes back with softness, shyness, or effort. A woman who doesn't care ignores you with consistency. Her replies stay dry. Her energy stays flat. Her presence doesn't return. Look for these signs. 1. No curiosity. She never asks about your day, your life, your thoughts. 2. No warmth. Even when she talks, it feels mechanical. 3. No investment. She contributes nothing to keep the connection alive. No emotional change. Your messages don't affect her mood at all. These signals matter because ignoring you out of fear still has emotion behind it. Ignoring you out of disinterest feels empty. But remember this, confusion is not rejection, but indifference is. If her silence is emotional, you'll feel tension, hesitation, inner conflict. If her silence is apathy, you'll feel nothing. And this brings us to the most dangerous stage, the one where your next move decides everything. Your reaction is the pivot point. It determines whether she opens up or shuts down. Here's the simplest rule. Match her energy, not her fear. Don't chase. Don't beg. Don't double text. Don't guilt trip. But also, don't ice her out completely. Stay present. Stay calm. Stay steady. Here's what that looks like. 1. Give her space without making her feel abandoned. A simple message like, "Take your time, I'm here," is more powerful than paragraphs. 2. Keep your life moving. Women feel safest around men who don't collapse under emotional pressure. 3. Stay consistent, not clingy. Small, steady presence beats desperate urgency. 4. Send energy, not anxiety. Your tone reveals your maturity. And here's the twist. Your patience increases her attraction. Because patience signals strength, confidence, emotional stability, the ability to handle her feelings without panicking. But here's the part you must never forget. She's not ignoring you to hurt you. She's ignoring you to protect herself. And in the next section, I'll show you the psychological shift that happens when she realizes you're not leaving. ... Someone she can trust. Someone she can relax around. Someone who won't punish her for needing time. And here's the beautiful paradox. Your absence makes her think, but your steadiness makes her return. She starts initiating again. She texts more quickly. She shares more openly. She leans into you instead of away from you. Not because you forced her, but because you gave her the emotional room to come back on her own. And once she reaches this stage, you'll notice a shift so powerful that it changes the entire relationship. We're almost at the final revelation, but before that, a quick question. Would you survive this kind of emotional test? Comment below. Now let's finish the puzzle. Here is the truth distilled into one line. She ignores you, not because she doesn't love you, but because loving you makes her feel exposed. A woman's mind is wired for emotional safety, not just affection, not passion, not chemistry, safety. And when she likes you too much, she loses that sense of control. So, she steps back to regain it. She ignores you to regulate her emotions, to lower her anxiety, to avoid overinvesting too quickly, to analyze your intentions from a distance. This behavior isn't weakness. It's psychology. It's protection. It's instinct. A woman ignores when she cares too deeply, when she's afraid of falling harder, when she's unsure of your feelings, when her past hurt still lives inside her, when she needs time to control her emotions before giving you her heart. And here's the final twist. If she truly didn't care, she wouldn't need distance at all. She would simply walk away. Distance is not rejection, it's discomfort. But discomfort can be healed. And that's where the final section comes in. Here's what you must understand. Women don't fall in love the way men do. Men fall with desire. Women fall with fear. Desire pulls you forward. Fear pulls her back. But her distance isn't the end. It's a beginning, a test, a moment of emotional chaos before emotional surrender. If she ignores you, stay calm, stay steady, stay grounded. Because the man who remains stable during her confusion becomes the man she trusts with her heart. She's not pushing you away. She's checking if you're safe, if you're real, if you can handle her emotions, if you're patient enough for her love to bloom naturally. And here's the truth you came here to hear. If she loves you, she will ignore you, not to hurt you, but to protect the part of herself that is learning to love you. So take a breath. Don't react. Don't panic. Don't chase. Let her return on her own timing. Because when she does, she comes back with depth, with loyalty, with clarity, with love that doesn't leave. If you want more psychology like this, subscribe before you forget, because the next video goes even deeper into the secrets women never say out loud.